Right, so I thought I'd do a video showing the TrendPredator in action, TrendPredator Pro, which gives us the setup signals, and then it's down to us to, as discretionary day traders, to decide upon which of the signals are giving us a best trade setup, and that is determined as to the star quality, your own what resonates with you in terms of whether you like to trade long, short, um, breakouts, the types of setups. So let's have a look. Let's get into the constellations of what's showing so far. So if we actually start from top to bottom, so the indicator gives you notifications. So they fall into your log of notifications. So starting with the S&P. So if we just click on that, it should take us to the chart. And as you can see, it's thrown out a reversal continuation into downtrend. I'm talking about the pop-up box that comes with the notification. It's a fake out high continuation, low hanging fruit trade opportunity, trading with the trend. So again, depending on what resonates with you best, whether you want to trade with the trend or counter trend, whether you like to short the market, and so forth. So this is giving us a, what is that? Is that a 1 star? Let's have a look what's going on. So, but when this was given to us, it was, this is my time, but it's an hour behind New York. So 10 to 10, it was showing as a 1 star quality setup. And that is determined due to the price being below the 8 hour box. So since the notification was given, we've come back above the 8 hour level, the low, the London low. So therefore, it's removed the setup, and it's just saying that we're in a reversal continuation into a downtrend. So we do need to get back below the low of London for that then to be giving us a setup. So what I would want to see now then is, I've got really slow internet today, unfortunately, waiting for the internet company to wake up and I'll get in touch with them. But what I'd like to see is a move, just looking at the various scenarios. You've got the point of control here from yesterday, which comes in at the low of Monday. So we had an outside day on Tuesday. Generally speaking, I'd rather be trading from either side of that outside day rather than trading within the range. So it's probably something I'd not want to take if I could identify a better trade setup elsewhere. But there is one here nonetheless, potentially brewing. There it is there. 1 star trend. As we see, as we're breaking that 8 hour level, the indicator is signaling to us that this is essentially on its way to the other side of that outside day range, potentially. So if we took that now, it's round about 10 a.m., so it's a new hour. And this is where we're assuming that we're going to start seeing some directional moves, given that the market has, let's have a look, given the market is open throughout Wall Street. Right, so there's the Wall Street opening box, the the first half an hour of that open. And as you can see, we're just bounded within that. So what this may do is break down, pull back inside. So that's the risk. Otherwise, it could break down and stay outside. And if it does that, then we'd anticipate it taking on the closing price and the value area low of the prior day as its first base of support, and then below there, as I said, heading into the previous day low. So it's come up to take out the highs of the outside day, and it could be coming down to the other side. Not as likely as if that had been an inside bar taking the high and low. So again, there is the risk there that this support area holds and we actually move back up inside of the range of that outside day and back above the previous week's highs, and that would put us on course to a break back above yesterday's highs. So that's the risk that this, in fact, is a continuation setup. Now, this is, I don't know whether to call it a W, I don't think it is. So look. So we've already taken out the neckline of that W-ish looking formation. The neckline is a bit higher up. So we're actually eating into below that neckline, which is encouraging for the downside bias. But as you can see there, we're already starting to make a move by the looks of things outside of that box, potentially. Anyway, so that's the sort of the approach that one would take, even though so we've been signaled a setup, and it's then down to us as discretionary traders to work our own analysis around that signal as to whether we are identifying it as a best trade setup to take or not. So let's have a look elsewhere. So I mean, if we were to take that as a signal, I mean, off the bat, then I mean it's moving through 10 a.m. A new 15-minute rotation could be the entry point, or maybe give it another 15 minutes to see how it sets up, to monitor the price. How is the price behaving at that Wall Street open low and the low of Asia combined, right? So as you can see at the moment, it's toying with the area. And what we want to see then, if we're going to take the short, is maybe a fake out high on a 15-minute candle. So these candles are designed for just that. This indicator, the TrendPredator fake out highlighter. So what we're looking for on the 15-minute chart, let's look at the 15-minute chart, are fake out bearish candles, or an accumulation thereof, bearish candles and fake outs, such as over here, something like this. So here we got a fake out to the upside on 15 minutes, a fake out candle, so a candle that took out the highs of the previous candle and then closed back inside of that bullish range as a bearish candle. So that's accompanied here by a momentum candle, or a switch candle, as it were. Okay, so that could be your in. So, for instance, had you taken that as a combination of bearish candles, stop above the high, targeting, let's say, that neckline area, or even the point of control. So if you'd taken that and you were running with that in London, that's the Frankfurt Open there. This is the FTSE Open, 3 a.m. But if you're taking the Frankfurt Open, I mean, you'd be doing pretty well with that. You'd already be running at over 7R. So that's an example of what I'd be wanting to see for not exactly that formation. I mean, if I had that formation, I'd take it, but it can be a variety of formations, as indicated by the indicator. And depending on how you want to configure the indicator, you've got the settings, whether you want to see breakdown bars perhaps as an alternative or an additional configuration, which can essentially, you can be adding to the position, as it were, due to those bars, giving you confidence that we are indeed in a trending market in favor of the position. So just as an example, but I mean, I don't have them on there. Anyway, so that's the S&P. What's it doing now? We're coming up to, well, it's a new 5-minute candle opening. And we're still toying with that area. I don't have anything particularly bearish on the candles yet. Okay, so that's the S&P as a potential trade setup, depending on how these candles behave at that area. Let's have a look at gold. So gold, we were recently signaled, well, again, 10 minutes to the open of the new 10-hour candle rotation. We were signaled a setup, which was a bullish setup, counter trend, because we're below a fake out high on the weekly chart. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It was signaled as a 2-star setup, and it's still showing. All right, so we're 10 minutes into the 10 a.m. new hour, and it's still showing as a setup. Rather encouragingly so. And we've got this bullish scenario on the candles here, this green switch bar following essentially with the continuation of that green switch bar now, trapping traders below the closing price that was shorting that into the 9 a.m. open and Wall Street. Okay, so potentially trap traders below the closing price for a move up. If we look at the 5-minute candles, I'd be inclined to want to trade the breakout of the Wall Street box if I didn't get anything uberly bullish within it. I mean, it's looking quite bullish, to be fair. Would like to have seen a fake out low for the initiation of a move up. So that's what I'd be looking for from the closing price. At the moment, we haven't had that. We've just had an equal low, really, by the looks of things. But this is looking rather bullish over here. I haven't got any candles signifying a bullish point of entry as of yet. In fact, we've got a bearish one here on the 5-minute. But the 15-minute is giving us that as a bullish momentum candle. But as you can see, not bullish enough, as we're coming back into that closing price on a bearish 15-minute candle, with a couple of minutes now to the close of that candle to see whether it closes bullish or bearish or neutral. Okay, and we're just toying with the highs from yesterday, which is the reason why it's giving us a continuation trade setup. Nevertheless, it's the 8-hour Asian highs is a bit concerning to be wanting to take that, because it could just be trading into resistance because we've got a fake out high there. These are traders that are currently trapped up high, and this market might want to run away from them. But if we get back above the Asian high, then they'll be moving to break even, perhaps, having been in drawdown. And the psychology of that would be wanting to get out of the trade at break even and better than what could have otherwise been a huge loss, depending on the stops are. But if this moves back in their favor, then potentially moving to break even, or holding on and hoping that it runs in the direction of the original trade that was long, having broken out of Tuesday's highs. That's the psychology of that. So that's what we're looking for here to see whether that pans out. So there you go. There's a couple of examples. I don't want to make this video too long. I hope that is helpful. If you want to try out the TrendPredator Fake Out Highlighter, I can give you the link. Or you can just ask me for a copy of my indicators. I can quite happily just give you those in a link. My templates are saved, so you can copy the link and you'll get that, all of the indicators that I use. If you're not already a member of the TrendPredator Pro community, it is a subscription indicator, but it's coming with 4 free weeks of trial. So if you sign up for the TrendPredator, you are automatically given 4 weeks for free before you have to pay anything. But thereafter, there's a monthly fee of $50 to $75, depending on what TrendPredator indicator you finally decide that you want to use. The Pro gives you the setups, whereas the ES, the Essential, just gives you the, I say just, I mean, it does an awful lot of work for you. It gives you the table and all of the levels and so on, that you can decide as to whether it's giving you a setup or not. But if you get the Pro, it will do the calculation for you and figure out from the constellation of various conditions within across the timeframes whether there's a setup or not, and what type of setup it is, which is then automatically sent to your alarms. And then it's up to you to go through the process of what I've just shown you in identifying what you want to see happen in the price action around the levels, and where this potentially could be heading. And then so basically all the groundwork is done for you, and then you decide upon how you're going to trade that signal, and manage your risk appropriately. Okay, so I thought that was could be insightful for people that are treading water around whether to sign up and give the TrendPredator Pro a go or not, and follow me on my trading journey with the strategy that I use, with the help of these indicators, which are none of which are lagging. It's all real-time stuff. I mean, we've got the moving averages that I use. I like to use the 20 EMA. I want to be above the 20 EMA on a 5-minute chart at least, before I actually enter a trade. But apart from that, all of these are just all these indicators are doing, are mapping out the market. The price is always in a box, so it's giving us a box for each day, each week, the 8-hour boxes, and the flow of those boxes determining the trend and momentum, momentum based on breakouts and fake outs and so forth, and all of which the TrendPredator calculates for you very, very nicely. Okay, good luck with your trading. Thank you.